Welcome to Prosperity Health Recipes, your respiratory system and metaphysical meanings here tonight. I'm Maureen G Mulvaney, MGM. I will be your master chef for this evening. And tonight we're going to be on session number 6. And number 6 is all about the respiratory system and your bloodstream. And so here we are. And tonight we always use the Bible as our big healing book. And it says, "For I will restore health to you and heal you of your wounds, says the Lord." And so I will restore health to you. Once again, every week I say the same thing. The Bible constantly tells us that we are healed, that we are healing, that we have these abilities, and yet we choose to believe other things, but not our own bodies. So pay attention, because I'm all about the definition for vibrant health, and every one of us, I would like to see this for each and every one of us, awakening each morning easily and effortlessly, filled with joy, a good attitude, and plenty of energy to get you through the day. Having a good appetite that keeps you at your most efficient and effective weight for your body. Having a great memory, a good sense of humor, and having a clear mind filled with gratitude and a love of life. And so these are things we want. I ask you to use spaced repetition and spaced repetition to say, vibrant health is my birthright. I shimmer with excitement. I am vibrantly healthy. I would like you to say this 100 times a day. That's 700 times a week and 7,000 in our 10-week course. And it will retrain your brain, because we know that spaced repetition is seeing, hearing, experiencing something 6 or more times daily within a 30-day period. And that's why in my classes, I continually repeat, and to help you learn and get this information down into your bones so it becomes your new habit. And my personal mantra for being healthy is, I am the master chef of my body. I whip up vibrant health. I feed my body nurturing foods and beverages, as well as nurturing thoughts and experiences. I cook up wellness by always remembering to take out my trash, which are my negative thoughts, as I clean and cleanse my beliefs. I pamper and respect my body. My body knows how to heal itself and is always in the healing process. I claim vibrant health. And that's what I like to see and say every single day. And here's a little teeny uh, setup for what we've already learned in our class.
Hi, let's do a little bit of review about what we've already learned. And first, you have to know your magnificent body was made to heal itself. From the dawn of time, it has been able to heal itself just using things around it, food and plants and shrubs and trees and all kinds of things that it found important. On top of that, your magnificent immune system was built to keep out the germs, keep out the bacteria, keep you clean and free of colds and flus and viruses and all kinds of things, so that you would continue to maintain vibrant health. Thank your immune system each and every day. Then we learned about your digestive system. Your magnificent, magical digestive system not only allows you to digest and assimilate and eliminate foods that you eat, but it also is brilliant, because as you bring in new ideas, people, places, and things, you can bite off certain things so you get bite-sized pieces. You then digest those ideas, then you assimilate what works for you, and you have the ability to eliminate what doesn't work for you. So as you feel vibrantly healthy, thank your digestive system. Then we learned about your circulatory system. This was the system that has the heart as your pump and blood as a way to get the nutrients and oxygen throughout your body. We also know that you can use your heart as the love center Your blood is joy. If you return back to your natural state, that means that you pump love and joy throughout your body to every artery, to every vein, to every vessel throughout your body, so that you are filled with love and joy and you can keep yourself and maintain vibrant, healthy body.
Baby MGM. And in this one, you know that you come popping out of your mama, healthy, joyous, and moving. And so I was fascinated as a baby and loved everything about me. Most babies do. They love their hands, they love their toes. They're looking at themselves. Why is this? Because they do not have any shame, guilt, any programming. When you come out to this world, your natural state is joy. Look at me, I'm smiling even back then. I didn't say, do you think my diaper makes me look fat? No, you absolutely come out feeling wonderful about who you are. As a baby, you're perfect, you're precious, you're like a little love healing machine with no thought programming. And hear me clearly on this, you come to planet Earth with no thought programming. You received all your thought and belief programming from your mother, father, sister, brother, aunts, uncle, teacher, preachers, and friends and enemies who unknowingly use spaced repetition. And spaced repetition is everything you heard, saw, and experienced as a child over a period of time, usually at least 6 times a day or over a period of 30 days. And through this spaced repetition, you formed your thoughts, which became your beliefs, which became your words, which became your experiences that went into your subconscious and became automatically. Theoretically, what you learn by age 3 until about grade 3 is now your own personal, unique life recipes book that you use to create everything in your life. And so that's why I'm always asking you, listen to me, take 100% responsibility for your life because you're the one that creates it. And so you had no belief programs you came with this into this world with no belief programming. So everything you did, you learned. That's what's the beauty of why I keep going over this again and again and again. I want you to understand if you have it in your life, you learned it so you can reprogram yourself. Your unique personal life recipe book for health, for how your prosperity, for relationships. That's why if Miles says something about relationships, or someone else, Sandra says something about bringing somebody into your life, you have to look at what's your personal recipe that you've got in your life. And if you're not getting what you want, what's kind of preventing that? So you have to look back at always your beliefs, because your thoughts, well, how did they get thoughts? You heard things around you all the time. You saw things happening around you, and you learned by age 3. This is what mom and dad do. This is what, if you were raised by your grandparents, however it happened, whatever you saw, heard, and experienced by age 3 went in. Trust me, into your subconscious. Your beliefs were formed by bundling similar to thoughts together, and they became your beliefs. Your beliefs come out of you as your spoken word. So the words that come out of your mouth really tell people and should tell you what your beliefs are. Those words what create your unique experience in your life. Everybody, even if you come from the same family, your brother and sister don't have the same experiences you have because they didn't have the same friends. You had the same maybe mother and father, or the same mother or the same father, however it worked in your family. But they might have collected a whole bunch of different friends, and that helps to create these bundled thoughts that become the beliefs, become your words, become your experiences, and they go right into your subconscious and become automatic. And so once they become automatic, they're in your subconscious, and that's what your body, why I go over this almost weekly, is because I want you to know all of this affects your body, your health. Every single thing you thought affects your cells in your body, either in a positive way or a negative way. Those subconscious automatic beliefs, words, and experience become your unique personal recipe for life. And you never try, I guarantee you, most of you do not go back and try and put on your third grade clothing because you know it will not fit you. But almost all of us go back and we don't even know we're doing it automatically. We're using our third grade belief system to run our lives today because that's our recipe for health. That's our recipe for relationships. That's our recipe for career. And so we've got to start using a different way. So your personal life recipes are what you learn usually by age 3 to grade 3. Your personal life recipes create your experiences, your life, and your future, and are what you are thinking, saying, experiencing right now, which create your life. So that's why I say these uniquely went into your subconscious, and everything, the negative beliefs that you learn that cause you problems, they really are affecting you at a cellular level. And because this has to go somewhere, and usually it goes into your body. So sometimes the life beliefs that you have create joy in your life, and sometimes they create anger. And let me give you an example. If you came from, say, a loving household where you were honored and treasured, your first ingredient of your unique life recipe book is to use love and compassion and forgiveness when you're dealing, when you're filtering the experiences that you're surrounded by, the circumstances that you become involved with. You filter things that way. But if you came from, say, an alcoholic family or an extremely dysfunctional family, which is almost all of us, you will rule maybe by anger or fear. And so the first ingredient that your unique life experience and filters is to use that fear and anger. And so you've got to make a decision, because you don't have to despair about all of this. That's the good news. The good news is it was all learned. You don't have to continue using outdated life recipes, which were put on automatic, especially for your health. Most of us don't eat, we know maybe some of our job beliefs, but boy, and our money beliefs, because we've all talked about that. But our health beliefs, oh my gosh, they're a lot harder. So at any moment in time, you can change your thoughts, which will change your words, which will change your experiences. It is truly up to you. And you can create a whole new life recipe, which means bottomless good life, and with laughter every single day. You can program yourself to say, "I will laugh at least once a day," because right now people are not laughing very much. 2 times a day, 3 times a day. Put yourself and put it on your calendar. I will laugh 3 times a day. And then either find a way to make yourself laugh. I've got a girlfriend that is extremely funny. So I call her almost every morning. When I start my walk, I call her and she makes me laugh so hard. I'm crying by the time I start my walk. So, but I program myself, I retrain myself, because I was watching the news every morning, which immediately set me into a negative rant of anger about what's happening in our society right today. Now, you don't think that goes somewhere? Your cells, every little cell in your body is listening. And all that anger and rage and disgust or frustration is going into your cells. So it dawns on me when I started teaching this class, not only do I want to program laughter in because it is internal jogging, I want to make sure I'm getting it in there. So I put it on my calendar. If it goes on my calendar, I do it. So a mouthful of kind words. I put down that daily, whoever I see, if I'm wearing my mask, I will say right out loud, "I'm smiling at you." But I will start saying kind words, because the more kindness I can give out to other people, the more kindness will come back to me. And so, unlimited amount of compassion, having compassion for the people that I rail against on TV, it makes a huge difference when you change that. And hugs and kisses in desired amounts. And I say to myself every day now, my heart is love, my my blood is joy. I pump only love and joy throughout my body daily. Only good lies before me. When you start your day with that, oh my gosh, and I use the Donna Eden's energy boost in the morning, you interestingly enough, you start not only your mental health off, but you set off your physical health. And so we know that the good news is everything that you have as a belief was learned. It was trained into you. You was trained to be the way you are by the time you were a child. Everything was learned from those around you. It became your habit simply because you repeated your thoughts, words, and actions in the same pattern over and over and over again. Think about it. When you tell a story about your health or about relationships, you usually tell it the same way over and over again. Interesting. And you go to any senior home and people will tell their stories over and over, the almost the exact same way. So the good news is you trained your subconscious. You can therefore relearn, retrain, and reprogram yourself using positive, effective, healing thoughts. And so that's what we're all about. And this I bring up every time too, because I think we need to pay attention. On the conscientious level, thoughts and perceptions are on the conscientious level. What are only 0.5 to 5% of your current thoughts are conscientious. Example, like I said, I've had a guy that lived next to me that sued me repeatedly as he descended into mental illness. And I conscientiously every day sent him angry, hurtful thoughts. Was this helping? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Where was all that anger going? Into my body, into my mental health. And I said, no more. And then I remembered, you get what you send out. If I send angry thoughts out, what I'm going to get back is angry thoughts. Instantaneously, I had to make a conscientious decision to make a change. So 95 to 99.5 stuff is in your subconscious. These are your memories, your stored knowledge, and most of your beliefs. And so you've got to start making your beliefs conscientious so that you decide which ones are working for you, which ones are creating vibrant health and then making you happy and making you healthy in your life, and which ones are not. And it's not a linear thing, meaning that there's not a distinction between past, present, and future in your subconscious. Your subconscious is where you store all these memories, and most of your beliefs are not in your conscientious awareness, but they create your reality. So you must make a decision, especially for the healthy ones. You've got to get rid of the ones that aren't working and then keep the ones that do work. And like I said, the good news is your subconscious was trained. Therefore, you can become very, very conscientious to retrain, relearn, and reprogram your thoughts to make your beliefs more to your advantage, to make your beliefs happier and joyous, so that every little cell in your body is listening and becomes set off to this new wonderland of joy. And so on your unconscious level, deep down, are usually the fears, phobias, feelings, thoughts, and urges, and all kinds of things that are stored away. And you have to make some decisions and what you're going to bring to your consciousness so that you and you alone can clear that out and make conscientious decisions that are now going to help you to have a healthy, healed body. And so then you've got to, like we did in the last class, remember to change your beliefs. You first got to become aware. Beliefs are stored in your subconscious. So, how can you become aware of your subconscious? You become aware by making a list of your beliefs and pay attention to what you say and do. And the actions you take will tell you what your beliefs are. Those people that I know that are somewhat hypochondriacs, well, I don't feel good today, and this has happened, and that has happened. You've got to pay attention to your words. What are you saying? What are you doing? And pay attention. Become aware of that. Kim said she became aware quickly of a feeling, and so then she knew that that was something she had to pay attention to. And then create a vacuum. All that means is to release old, outdated beliefs that no longer work for you by making space for more efficient and effective beliefs that do work for you. You cannot, unless you're a hoarder, you cannot buy new stuff to put in your closet if it's completely jammed full of stuff that is already there. You've got to take something out so that you can release to make space. Once you've got some space, then you can fill that vacuum. All that means is you fill with more positive, effective, healing thoughts and beliefs that bundle together to make a new belief, which speak out as new words, which speak out as new experiences. I am filling my vacuum by filling it up with more effective things that work for me. Starting my day off not by watching the news every day, because that was hurting me. And those hurtful, angry, upsetted things that were happening were going into my body. It has nowhere else to go. It goes into your body. So you've got to make that decision. I'm not going to send that all into my body. If you don't conscientiously fill your own vacuum, the universe abhors a vacuum and will fill it for you. And usually it's going to send you back what you just released, because that's why people remarry. They remarry the same person. It's a different person, but it's the same person that maybe had the same problem. Maybe they were alcoholic, or maybe they had anger problems, or just different things. So you've got to make those conscientious decisions, because every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Feels so good, feels so swell. Every little cell is happy and well. I have a feeling just by singing that every day, I am doing internal jogging. It makes me happy. And so, because I do these things, what happens is, and I do it often, repeat, 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 because most of us were not trained this way. Most of us were not trained this way. But if you sing this song every day, or if you say, my vibrant health is my birthright, I shimmer with excitement, I am vibrantly healthy, you're claiming to the universe, and the universe loves gratitude. You are claiming, thank you, God, for this healthy body. The universe loves that gratitude. So say it often and say it every day. We know if you do not like your current health, change it to match the new frequency of the reality you want. By using your new mantra, you send out a new vibration, which is at a higher frequency level, to create and attract your vibrant health. Create a vacuum by releasing negative thoughts, beliefs, words, and experience that vibrate on a low and take up all of your space. Fill your vacuum with positive thoughts and beliefs and words and experience that vibrate high to fill that vacuum. Claim your vibrant health. Claim it now. And so every little cell in my body is happy, healthy, and well. And so your homework is always take a look at what are your thoughts about your health, about and you might want to look at your thoughts about relationships. What do you think about men? What do you think about women? What do you think about work? What do you think about whatever it is that you have got some issues changing? Take it and make it your homework. What are the words that are coming out of your mouth, and what are the actions that you are taking? And so we let that go. And so do the Donna Eden exercise. And I do that every single day. I made a decision. My goal is to do it for at least 10 weeks in a row, so that I can see and know that I have the ability to heal myself, and I can do it by changing the way I think and believe and act. And so that's what I'm doing. And health is your birthright. You have the ability to heal yourself. We did it as cave people. We were out there by ourselves. We used the plants, trees, and everything around us, all of the resources, like Michelle told us tonight, looking at all the resources we had available to us. We used every single one of them. We also had fight or flight response. We fought the mountain lion, we ran away, or we died. Then we grouped together in tribes and we started sharing our knowledge. And then we found that we could use light and sound and prayer and color filler and all kinds of things and energy medicine. And so that's what we did. But once the microscope was discovered, then we went to germs were the illness, and we started saying that we gave our power to heal ourselves away to others, which was a shame. And we went to war with germs. The doctors were the generals. Our bodies became the occupied territory. Body parts became separate entities to be fixed with a pill or surgery. And we threw away 5,000 years of healing. It's time. We're bringing it back in this course because we want to take back our healing superpowers and claim your vibrant health. Decide to take back your healing powers. And we're going to use not only the modalities of Western medicine, but we're going to also incorporate Eastern medicine. We're going to add to our fight or flight. We're going to, because it doesn't work so effectively nowadays, because it's hard to fight a deadline. It's hard to, and these things keep coming, and all the stuff that we have on our plates today. So instead, we're going to add choice, conscientious choice, so that we can release all of the things that no longer work for us. And you've got to understand that by releasing and letting go of resentment, revenge, anger, rage, hate, we hold on to these negative emotions way too long for extended periods of time, and it will make you sick because it goes into your body. Now, let me make the distinction. A fleeting thought, anger or revenge, a fleeting thought that you do not really take action on is okay. But some of us have held on to old hurts for days, and some of us have turned into weeks. And some of that has even turned into years. Do you know what it does to your body to hold on to anger and resentment and rage? What you said. Sorry, that's my watch just went off. Do you know what it does to you to hold on to anger, hurt, and rage for years? It will destroy the cells in your body. So instead, release, let go, make space for new, conscientious, healing, kind, loving, forgiving thoughts to create vibrant health that you desire. Claim your vibrant health. And so that's what we want. And so I want to get past some of this, and I want to go back to let's make a decision that you can claim it. So your vibrant health will be your foundation of your wealth plan. And great wealth without health is unthinkable. So I want to ask you the question. You cannot live without what? What's the one thing that you cannot live without? So some people have said, well, love. No, we've seen people during the Holocaust were put in concentration camps that were not getting a lot of love. So, and they survived. So it's not love. And water over an extended period of time, yes. But the one thing you cannot live without is air. And I want you to take a deep breath right now. I want you to breathe in. Now I want you to breathe out. You did that conscientiously, but you take in approximately 23,000 breaths each and every day unconsciously. Your subconscious is always working in the background. And so, tonight we're going to talk about your respiratory system and your bloodstream. And I say, claim, my body has the ability to heal itself. Constantly be claiming that. I claim the ability to heal myself. And today, oh my gosh, the respiratory system and blood system is so exciting because your respiratory system is one of the body's most important systems because it is responsible for getting in oxygen. You can't survive more than a minute, 5 minutes max without air. Period. End of story. You are gone. So your respiratory system is the most exciting and important in my way because it's getting that oxygen from the air you breathe to your cells. The lung also can expel the toxic carbon dioxide, which is the waste product of your cellular respiration. And your bloodstream is needed to keep us alive by transporting that oxygen and the nutrients to all parts of the body to keep you working. So your respiratory system is like it really makes your respiratory system. It makes you, I want to make you conscious that you have 2 million liters of air you breathe in every single day automatically. You don't even think about it. And your body's inner intelligence, your subconscious, transfers that oxygen to every cell in your body, all happening within seconds. This amazes me every time I think about it. And while your body eliminates and replaces 25,000 cells every minute, your body uses the food by mixing oxygen with it, which you breathe in. You get oxygen from the air all around you, and without oxygen, you'd be like a car without fuel or water. You take a deep breath in. I asked you to do that consciously, but you do that again and again and again, all day long, all night long, without even thinking about it. When you breathe out, you exhale the air, which has gone dirty, and you send out of your body the carbon dioxide. When you breathe in, you take in the oxygen that is present in the air around you. Your respiratory system contains the nose, the trachea, the lungs, and the diaphragm. And air comes in through the nose. There are tiny little hairs present in your nostrils that stop and obstruct all those dust particles. So it's right off the bat. It's trying to help you out by clearing and filtering that air for you. Then that air travels down the windpipe called the trachea and filters out even more. So it comes in through the nose and then it goes down through the oops, that's not, let's get rid of oops down there. It goes down in through the nose, then oops, let's go back. What's going on here? And in through the nose, down through the trachea, and it's filtering the whole way down. And so the trachea branches out to 2 tubes called the bronchia. And so these open up to carry air to each one of your lungs. And teeny hairs, the cilia, move back and forth, moving the mucus inside. Get this, I didn't know this about mucus. Mucus is a sticky substance that collects germs and other particles that might harm the lung. So you have a filtering system again and again and again to help keep out all the stuff that shouldn't get down into your lungs. I find this very interesting. The lungs, there is one organ that's large and in charge, and that is your lungs for breathing. They work with your respiratory system to allow us to take in fresh air, bringing in oxygen, and get rid of stale air, which is the carbon dioxide. Your lungs are absolutely the largest organ in the body. And when you breathe in, they expand like balloons, and when you breathe out, they contract like balloons. Your lungs are also like sponges. They look small, but they can take in a lot of air. And the right lung has 3 lobes, whereas the left lung has 2. And the left lung is slightly smaller because it wants to make space for the heart. And your lungs are full of tunnels ending in tiny spongy air sacs called alveoli, and which is this is your exchange center. And the carbon dioxide comes in from the blood and the oxygen goes out to the blood. So the blood picks up oxygen to carry around to every part of your body. And so there are over 600 of these little tube airways in the body. The diaphragm, which is this just down below the lungs, what it does is the largest muscle. So the lungs are the largest organ, but the diaphragm is the largest muscle, and it supports the lungs. So the diaphragm, it is moving up and down, is located just below those lungs. It's a dome-shaped muscle that contracts when you breathe in and expands when you breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And it separates that chest cavity from the abdominal cavity. And so a tip is good for everybody. Exercise, exercise, exercise. And it's good for every part of your body, especially for your lungs and your heart. According to a Harvard health study, It's estimated that 155 pounds per person burns, that it's estimated that a 155-pound person burns around 167 calories per 30 minutes of walking at a moderate speed of, like, say, 4 miles per hour. And a 12-week study in 20 women with obesity found that walking for 50 to 70 minutes, at least 3 times a week, reduced body fat and waist circumference by an average of 1.5%, or 1.1 inches, respectively. And it's easy to fit walking into your daily routine to add more steps to your day. Try walking during your lunch break, take the stairs at work, or taking your dog for a walk. I have started to wear my backpack, and if I'm going to my store, which is exactly 1.5 miles from my house, I will put on my backpack and walk to the store nowadays. And so instead of just jumping in the car and going out, I make some decisions to do more exercise by walking instead of driving to everything. And now that it's getting a little cooler, I have a 3-wheel bicycle that I'm going to get out. And here again, that's a good way to, instead of, I'm going to try as many places as I can, use my bicycle instead of driving. And the other thing is, like I've continued to say, laughing is internal jogging. So when I say exercise, I mean exercise the physical body on the outside and laughing to exercise your internal organs. All right, moving on to your bloodstream. This is miraculous. Goodness gracious. The bloodstream is unbelievable. 100 gallons of blood flow through your body every hour and 100,000 times a day. My gosh, this is amazing. Your blood moves through 60,000 miles of blood vessels in your vascular system. 60,000 miles. Unbelievable. Blood is miraculous and is needed by you to stay alive, as we all know. Blood brings the oxygen and nutrients to all of the parts of the body, and also blood carries away the carbon dioxide and other waste materials to the lungs and the kidneys and the digestive system to be removed from the body. Blood also carries the hormones around the body and fights all kinds of infections. I didn't know that. I knew that it did the other things, but I did not know that it fights infections. So blood is made up of blood cells and plasma. So we start with the heart. Your heart is a hard-working muscle that pumps blood to every part of your body. And so as the heart beats, you can feel blood traveling through your body at your pulse center points, the neck and the wrist. And where these large blood-filled arteries run close to the surface of your skin. And blood is pumped around the body by your heart through tubes, which get smaller and smaller and smaller. And these tubes are called blood vessels. The biggest tubes are arteries and veins, and the smaller ones are capillaries. So the arteries carry bright red blood, and it's bright red because it's full of oxygen from your heart to all parts of your body. The capillaries are these little tubes that join the arteries and veins, and the veins then collect blood from the capillaries and carry it back to your heart and lungs to get more oxygen. The blood in your veins is darker in color because it is lower oxygen levels. And so here's the inside of the blood. RBCs are red blood cells, and they're over here. Red blood cells shaped like flattened discs, and they contain the hemoglobin, a protein that carries oxygen. When the red blood cells carry oxygen, it makes your blood that bright red. And as the blood travels through the body, the hemoglobin releases that oxygen to different body parts. Interestingly, the red blood cells lives for only about 4 months. And each day the body makes new red blood cells to replace those that die and those are lost from the body. Red blood cells are made in the inside part of the bones, in the bone marrow. So the red blood cells are made by the bone marrow. Then over here are the white blood cells. And they are a key part of your immune system to help fight infections. During different types of white blood cells fight germs such as bacteria and viruses, and some of them make the antibodies. So they're either making the antibodies or they're fighting the bacteria or the virus, which are special proteins that recognize foreign matter materials that help the body get rid of them. So your white blood cells are always fighting to keep you healthy and well. The lifespan of a white blood cell vary from hours to years, and new cells are constantly being formed, some in the bone marrow and some in other parts of the body, like the spleen or the thymus or the lymph nodes. Blood contains far fewer white blood cells than red blood cells, but the white blood cell count in someone with an infection is often much higher than usual because those white blood cells are being made and entering the bloodstream faster and faster to battle the infection. So physicians almost always know that there's an infection in the body when they see that white blood count go up higher and higher. And so here are all the parts of the blood. So the red blood cells look like discs. The white blood cells, they are the ones that help fight off the immune. And then we have the platelets, which are these little globular looking they look like little bugs. And they survive only about 9 days in the bloodstream and are constantly being replaced by the bone marrow. The main job of the platelets is to make the blood stickier to help it clot. Blood has the amazing ability to turn from solid liquid to a solid in minutes, and so helps you to mend cuts from your skin. I mean, this is just amazing that these are all so tiny, and yet look at them. And then this yellow liquid gold is the plasma. And so this is all in your bloodstream coming along all the time. This fascinates me. The plasma is the yellowish fluid that has nutrients, proteins, hormones, and waste products. And different types of blood cells have different jobs. And so they're always working. So the tasty tidbit tonight is next time you take a breath without even thinking, whoops, is that the right one? Tasty tidbits? I don't have the tasty tidbit here. Must be mixed up a little bit here. All right, so we'll move that on. And so the review is easy. We have all different parts of the blood. That is the white blood cells help the immune system. The red blood cells transport your oxygen, and your platelets help you to clot. And your veins and your blood vessels and your heart is the hardest working organ, always pumping out lots of love, and the blood is transporting all of the joy. And so the respiratory system is the most important system in your body because you cannot live without air. And so breathe in, takes in oxygen, breathe out, takes care of the dirty carbon dioxide. And you are always letting your blood carry the oxygen and nutrients to all parts of the body. It also takes away the waste, and it helps you to stay healthy by fighting infections. And so we always want to thank your respiratory system every single time you take a breath. Thank your respiratory system. It's doing that all automatically. That subconscious is constantly working for you. Sometimes it works against you, but with your body, it works for you. And so we want to take that metaphysical side now and look at beyond the physical world into the world of energy medicine, prayer, and a holistic approach to healing. And so in our health classes, we usually take the best of the Western medicine and the best of the Eastern medicine. And we always add to our fight or flight response conscientious choice. Your subconscious, once again, review is your conscious mind is only 5% of what you're aware of. 99.9% of what you're unaware of is what creates your life and which runs your body. Your subconscious is always running your body. And then your unconscious is your fears and phobias. And so you're constantly looking to know that you can wire and fire all of this new information together with practice. And so we're always looking to practice, and we know that we want to keep a healthy heart, which sends love, and blood, which sends the joy through our body. And when we practice using Ho'oponopono or our new energy routine, it lets us set up a boost your energy, and it helps your respiratory system and your bloodstream. You can wire together all those wonderful things, and so let them work for you. And so, because everything works under the action and laws of love, there is love in every bit of intelligence in the universe. It's impossible for you to work and function well without love and joy being experienced. So what you want to do is negatively know that negative thinking clogs up your brain. There's no room for love and joy to flow freely. Laughter cannot flow if it's not allowed to be free. So physically, your respiratory system is all about taking in the oxygen you need. The lungs breathe in oxygen and send out the toxic carbon dioxide. That's the waste product. And so energetically, Louise Hay says that the respiration system is all about your capacity to take in and give out life. The lungs, problems with the lungs usually mean that you're afraid to take in life, or perhaps you feel that you do not have the right to live life fully. The lungs are directly affected by emotions of sadness and grief. Let me repeat that. Are directly related to sadness and grief. If you are somehow unable to express these emotions or feel overwhelmed by them, this can cause the lungs to weaken, and this will lower your immunity. When the lung energy is in harmony, you are able to breathe in fresh, new ideas and absorb new experiences, as well as being able to breathe out old judgments, old assumptions that utterly poison your mind. To support a well functioning system and to fill your vacuum with new thought process, I would say I take in life in perfect balance. To keep your respiratory system healthy and well, I take in perfect balance. And so, moving on to your bloodstream, your blood physically means it's the most important job is to bring oxygen and to feed the cells. Energetically, your blood represents joy in the body, feeding all the cells. To support your blood and to fill your vacuum with a new thought process, you can say, I am the joy of life, expressing and receiving more and more joy. Let's say high blood pressure. Some of our students have often had high blood pressure. That's when your heart has to work too hard to get that blood through those arteries that may be narrow and have blockages. Well, energetically, the problematic cause of high blood pressure may be long-standing emotional problems not being solved, being pushed too hard. So a new thought problem process would be, I joyously release the past. I am at peace. And if you have low blood pressure, it's when your blood is flowing at a lower speed and your arteries have become too wide. So the blood flows slower and the body becomes weaker because it's not getting enough oxygen. Energetically, the probable cause of low blood pressure may be the lack of love as a child. And when you say to yourself, what's the use? It won't work anyway. So a new way to think, a new thought pattern for that would be, I choose to live with the ever joyous now, in the ever joyous now. I choose to live in the ever joyous now. My life is joy. My joy is non negotiable. And so I love that. Your thoughts and beliefs create your reality 100%. And so it's up to you to make some decisions, because the negative emotions can create a nervous system that causes chaos, but positive emotions do just the opposite. Positive emotions can increase the brain's ability to make good decisions. You can boost your immune system by focusing on positive emotions. Positive emotions create physiological benefits to the body. Your cells work better because your cells are always listening to what you say and what you do. In fetal development, the heart forms and starts beating before the brain develops. I find that fascinating. And the human heart's magnetic field can be measured several feet away from the body. So it is a vibration. The vibration of positive energy is either helping your body and sending positive waves to your body, and negative is doing the opposite. You have a choice. So make that choice to heal your body and send positive energy to every little cell in your body. Attract what you want in your life, vibrant health, by speaking vibrant, healthy words, by saying and doing vibrantly healthy things. The key to getting what you want is knowing what you want. So if you want a vibrant, healthy body, you've got to stop saying negative things to yourselves because they're always listening, whether you intend it to be or not. And you've got to practice this new information each and every week by practicing vibrant health, by seeking harmonious relationships, by doing work that makes you happy, that lets you use your gifts and talents, and by creating a dream lifestyle that makes you happy so that your heart is pumping health, love, and your blood is flowing with joy. And every single day you can cook up vibrant health simply by making decision. Everything before me is lies before me is going to be good, and my joy is non-negotiable. And so it is. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you and see you next week.